requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Roxbury.
We gather in this space for magic. We come to the movie canon to laugh, to cry, to care. We crave that indescribable feeling that streams over us as the intros start to roll in. And we go somewhere we've never been before, not just entertained, but somehow reborn. Together, dazzling images perfectly rendered on all of our screens. Sound that I can feel. Somehow, heartbreak feels good on a live stream like this. Our vibrant panelists and viewers represent the very best of us. United by our passion for cinema and art, our content is a testament to the power of community, crafted with precision and heart. Because here, they are. The Movie Canon. We make streaming better.
Hi, you're watching the Movie Canon? Watch Gio.
Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I'm Giovanni, and this is The Met Report, a show about movies, entertainment, and television news. And this is the 50th episode of The Met Report. I've been doing this since the beginning of 2021, on and off. Some of it was just a video episode, and then it became into a live show. And I actually wasn't counting the episodes until most recently, and I was like, why wasn't I counting the episodes? And then I counted them all, and today is the 50th episode of the Met Report. And thank you guys for joining me here today. I mentioned in the live chat, in the chat, if you are trying to get any of the giveaways, the FUNKO giveaways for today, if you haven't commented on the Instagram post, make sure to do that. You can do it here in the live chat if you haven't done so already, so that you can be entered for the giveaways. I'll give you more details about the giveaways in just a moment here. But like always, I like to bring in a Canon Council member. We have one member here for today, at least as of for now. And he's been on here on my show many, many times. So let's go ahead and bring him in, Mr. Alex Montano. All right, let's move on to the next one here. So the other project that is maybe going to happen is the Rey Skywalker New Jedi Order movie. And with that reaction, let's go to you, Alex. What are your thoughts on this? Hey Alex, how you doing?
Good, and you? Happy 50th episode.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Alex. You've been on the Met Report quite a bit, starting at the beginning of this year. So you've been part of it the last like 6, 7 months. So thank you for that.
Nice. Time
And
flies.
and of course, I'm enjoying your your Indiana Jones hat. Like, a lot of you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of Indiana Jones. Definitely not to the level of you, Alex. But I will acknowledge that that Indiana Jones hat is pretty cool. So
Thank
very
you.
nice there. So again, thank you so much there, Alex. But can you hear the music? Because it's kind of low on my end. I don't know. Are you able to hear it? Okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
You can. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure because for some reason, before I can hear the music through the headset, but now it's like playing from the computer itself. So I was like, I'm not even sure if you guys can even hear it, but you say you can, so I think
Yeah,
we're
I
good
can.
there. Okay, perfect. So, so we're doing, guys. So we're doing the a couple topics. A lot of movie news this weekend. I completely forgot about the whole D23 stuff.
Too.
So that's they did that yesterday, because there's been a couple D23s where the information was kind of lackluster. I think the last time it was, and I think the one before it kind of was. So I kind of forgot about it. But this time they actually did review a lot of stuff. We're not gonna go into too many details on the D23 reveals, because, like I said, I didn't really prepare for it. But we'll talk about it briefly before we get into the main show, which is I'll always do like a preview of upcoming theatrical movies for the season. So we'll talk about the fall 2024 movie preview. So that'll be me and Alex. And then, of course, we're doing the giveaway, guys. Again, the giveaways will be towards the end of the stream, and I'll give you more details about that later. But again, if you haven't commented in the Instagram posts for the Funko giveaway, specifically for this episode, you can do so here in the live chat, and then I'll include your name in there. But yeah, again, thank you so much, Alex. Let's get into the live chat. So let's see what we have going on there. Okay, so let's begin with the first one here. Okay, so Mr. Brick Artemis is just saying that he is a subscriber. So thank you so much, Brick, for being in here in the live chat. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciate it. And then I did already add your name on there. So your name's in there. And where'd you get that, Mr. Cody? Always in the live chat as well. Also saying that he's a subscriber and a follower. Not sure if I already did this on Instagram, but just making sure. Yeah, you were already on there, so you're good there. And then Mr. Kuso dropping by. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Kuso. Like always in the live chat as well. And Brick Artemis is excited for Toy Story. So Toy Story, what is it? It's 5 now, right?
5.
Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5. So we'll talk about that very briefly because that was one of the reveals. Ben Hur dropping by saying hello there, Ben Hur. Thank you so much for right. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so I think we're caught up in the live chat for now. So let's go ahead and get started with let's see, the D23 stuff. Now, Alex, did you get a chance? Did you see any of the reviews at all? I mean, we'll go over them very briefly, but did you get a chance to look at them?
Yeah, I was watching Rotten Tomatoes while they were posting like the reveals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because they revealed a lot. I was not expecting so much stuff,
me
especially when it comes to the Marvel stuff. Or like, well, I think they would have done a lot of it at Comic-Con, and no, actually no. And some of the things that I believe they showed this at D23 or leaked, I'm not entirely sure, but just spoilers, everyone. If you really care about Fantastic Four, a 2025 film that's coming, they did show, or at least it's some kind of a leak. They show Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. So apparently that's going to be the look of the character, the costume anyway. And so I don't know if you guys like it or not, but they did show that. Yeah, definitely different than what a lot of us were expecting. I have to see it more in action for me to really give a thorough opinion of it. But it's okay, I guess. It's okay, I guess. But any quick thoughts on that, Alex?
I don't mind it. Like, it's different, but we need to watch the movie. It's in the 60s, so Kind of makes sense, like some sort of turtleneck, and it looks like a sweater.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and you think collectors are going to want to pick up this 6 scale figure of this look?
Yeah.
Johnny Storm? Yeah.
They're gonna complain for months and then they're gonna buy them. It's always like that. Like, oh, it sucks, and then they buy everything.
Okay, and the buying the figure. So yeah, so I mean, it's fine. I like I said, I need to see it in action,
Yeah.
but definitely not expecting, the white, so much white in there. But I'm not that familiar with the comic, so as far as the comic is concerned, maybe it's super accurate. I have no idea. But
I only remember the blue suits. That's
yeah, me
all I
too.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So so I don't know, like I said, maybe it's something to do with the era, like you mentioned. But so yeah, so that was one of the first things I wanted to bring up. So like we're just gonna go through these very quickly because we have the main story or the main segments here. But they did reveal or show the Tron Ares film that's coming up. Music by Nine Inch Nails, and for the last film, it was
Daft Punk.
There you go, Daft Punk. And I know the soundtrack for that movie was very, very popular. I remember more the soundtrack, the music, than the actual movie, because I did not like Tron Legacy, right? It was called Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of that movie, but the soundtrack was cool. But as we all know, Daft Punk, I believe they broke up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So Nine Inch Nails. And so that's what they revealed there. I believe Jared Leto's in this. I'm not super excited for the movie, but we'll see. Let me look.
Me neither, but Nine Inch Nails is cool, and the music's gonna be awesome. The movie's I'm sure the movie's gonna be bad, but the music's.
We already know that, right?
Yeah.
And then isn't the members? I don't know if it's one or a couple of the members of Nine Inch Nails. Didn't they score The Social Network and more recently Challengers? I think his name is
Trent Reznor.
There you go.
From Nine Inch Nails. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, I love the score from those films, Social Network, Challengers, and there's another movie that I'm missing. I think it's Soul from the Pixar movie.
Yeah, he did that too.
Yeah, so they're really good at that. At least those movies that score, and I believe they won Oscars for those too. Maybe they'll.
The cool thing here is like it's Nine Inch Nails, not only Trent Reznor, so it's
right.
It's kind of interesting to see what they're gonna do because they're more rock, heavy metal stuff. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like more excited about the music, and I think Disney knows too because they just dropped this like no other information, but here's what the music is going to be from. So I find that to become funny. So we got that. Another one here is a series. I haven't watched the series, the Percy Jackson series. I don't know if you've seen that, Alex. I'm not really following it. I didn't read the books. I think I saw the first movie. I did hear that the first season was really good, but like I said, I haven't seen it. But I guess it's coming 2025, the second season anyway. And then we have Agatha All Along, the MCU TV series from the villain from WandaVision. And okay, so I'm gonna give you my thoughts because I know a lot of people hate this idea of Agatha All Along. I am curious in watching this. Like I said, I like the whole Halloween spooky autumn Salem vibe, and this is what this has. So I'm curious on that. As far as what this show is gonna be, I have no idea. The trailer didn't really give me too much, or didn't convince me too much that it's gonna be good. So it might be one of those MCU series that are gonna suck, but I'll check it out, see what happens. But I would assume, Alex, that you're probably not that interested in this.
Well, you assume correctly. I didn't even watch the trailer.
Okay. So there you go. So that's Agatha All Along. So they did reveal that. A Skeleton Crew. So what are your thoughts on this, Alex, as a big Star Wars fan that you are?
It doesn't feel like Star Wars. Like, it feels like any other adventure movie that you can think of, but doesn't feel like Star Wars, for me at least. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but I don't feel the Star Wars vibe in it. So I want to see what they do. I'm a fan of Jude Law. I like him as an actor. So we'll see, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars to me. Something is off. What do you think?
I haven't seen the trailer for this.
Oh.
I think they released a trailer for it, right?
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. Like I'm curious because it's a Star Wars property, but I have no idea what this is. I don't really feel the need to watch a trailer yet. I mean, I'm sure eventually I will, and I'm sure I'm going to at least check it out, right? But I don't know. I don't know what I feel about. So I'm definitely not super excited for it. I'm not like, oh, can't wait for Skeleton Crew, because you know it's definitely not that, and it's premiering in December of this year, so just in a few months. So let's see, what's the other one that they revealed or teased? Zootopia 2. So I know they kind of already talked about that earlier, or mentioned that earlier this year, that they were going to do a Zootopia 2. Did you ever watch this, Alex, the first one?
I like the first one a lot. It was a fun movie. Don't know if they really needed a second one, but since we are in Toy Story 5, anything can happen.
Right, and then Zootopia made over $1 billion, so I'm sure that has something to do with that. But although they did take a long time though, because the first one came out in 2015, I believe, or 2015 or 2016, one of those.
Something like that.
But it's been a long time. So they're working on the second one, and let's see, and then of course Incredibles 3, and I'm not entirely sure. I didn't actually look into if they revealed any information regarding Brad Bird, who made
he is writing it and directing it, I think.
Oh, he is okay.
I'm almost sure that I heard that yesterday,
because I know it took a while for Disney to convince him, or Pixar to convince him, to do Incredibles 2, if I remember correctly, because it took a long time as well for the sequel. And then the sequel came out like in 2018, so it wasn't even that long ago. And now we are getting a third Incredible. So that one was kind of surprising. I wasn't even sure we would ever get a
yes,
third.
He's involved.
He is, okay. So he is involved in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that should be interesting as well. I of course I love the first Incredibles movie. The second one was cool. It was solid, good movie, but I didn't think it was as good as the first one. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. We'll see how that one turns out.
It can be cool. The first one was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then this one is I think it's called Elio. There's not much information about this. I think it's supposed to come out in 2026, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then this one is called, I believe it's called Hoppers or something like that. That's an original Pixar movie that they're working on. So it's not just, the sequels, but this original one. So those are always nice, interesting. Yeah. And then we have Win or Lose, which is a Pixar original series. So that's the very first one that they're going to do an actual like TV series. So that should be interesting. I might check that one out, because I did see a little bit of the trailer and it looks kind of cool.
The poster looks fun.
Yeah. And then of course, then here you go, Alex, the one for you: Avatar, Fire and Ash. So I guess James Cameron pops up. And,
game over, man.
So yeah, and so now the $1 million question, Alex. Right now, it's slated to come out in December of 2025. Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna come out? It's not gonna come out, right? That's like one of those movies that just kept pushing. Like, I don't know how many times they pushed Avatar: The Way of Water. They pushed it probably like 10 times. Not even exaggerating. I think it was like 10 times. And then they pushed it like by a lot too, like years. And so I know that they shot this third film already, and I know they're working on all the other post-production, all the other stuff or whatever, but supposedly it's coming out December of next year. But we'll see if that actually happens.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And okay, that's something else here. Okay, so let me go back over here. Okay, so I'm sharing this one now. This is the D23 Instagram page. I think there were some other ones there. Let's see where they were at. Oh, the Lilo and Stitch movie. So I guess that's coming I think next year. Were you ever a fan of the original, the animated movie?
I never watched it.
Oh, you never saw it? Okay. No, so that was one of those Disney movies that came out like later in life, like I was already older. So I thought it was fine, but it's like I think I saw it that one time.
Yeah.
I see this doing really really well. It gives me those Grogu vibes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's going to be that character that Disney's going to be pushing or whatever, and yeah. I mean, even more so as the animated version as well.
Oh yeah.
Then we have a Freakier Friday. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. They're coming back.
What?
Did you ever watch the first one, Alex?
Yeah. But they're making a sequel of this.
I mean, it's not that surprising, right? I mean, I'm surprised that Lindsay Lohan is actually doing work now, so I'm surprised about that. But I you know what? I did like the first one.
Me too. But it's like I don't see a sequel happening. It's like one thing and that's it. Like I don't know.
They're just cashing in. Well, I guess everything is a cash grab, right? Everything that they try to do in a movie theater, but I think they just want Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan has been gone for a while. Just the nostalgia. That movie, the first one came out like in 2000, I think 3. So it's been over 20 years. So there's a nostalgia factor now with that particular Freaky Friday with these actors. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis was gone for a while. I don't know if you remember that. She was gone for a while. She wasn't in anything for a long time, and all of a sudden she came back. Then she came back in Halloween. Now she won an Oscar, and now she's like everywhere. And of course they were going to bring her back. So I guess I'm not that surprised that they did this. It's just the whole Lindsay Lohan
It's
element.
kind of weird. They're like I heard also they're making a sequel for Princess Diaries, Devil Wears Prada. It's like why?
Yeah, those are all movies like in the early 2000s. So like I'm saying that now they're going into the nostalgia factor of the early 2000s because we're like getting past the 90s now. So it's like they're about to pass us, Alex. We're not gonna feel the nostalgic remakes.
Oh, we're almost out. We're almost irrelevant for the film industry.
Yeah, it's like you guys are almost done. So the next generation.
Yeah.
So that's Freakier Friday, and again that was the Percy Jackson one, and then Agatha. That's a little bit of the trailer there. For your delight, and then same thing for the Skeleton Crew. I always want to call it Skeleton Key. I don't know why, but Skeleton Crew. Then I guess they're doing a musical. I didn't know that they would like advertise like actual musicals, but I guess they're doing that now at D23. I mean like actual stage musicals. And then the Hercules one. And let me see, Frozen. That one's, I'm surprised they didn't already have that one already going. And I've already talked about Zootopia 2, Incredibles 3, Elio, Hoppers. That's the one picture that I showed you earlier. And oh, there you go. So Toy Story 5. So Toy Story 5. We've seen already online that they were working on this one. So Alex, were you one of those individuals who believe that that every Toy Story film was very, very solid, or if not great?
I love the trilogy. Like the first 3, I think they are amazing. I think it's a very well told story. And when they announced 4, for me, it was like a complete letdown. Like I didn't see the point. Like they made a perfect story about a kid who grows up and then the toys go to somebody else. And discontinuing the franchise for me is pointless. I didn't like the 4th one. I feel that they betrayed everything that they were standing for in the first 3. So yeah, I'm not gonna watch this. For me, this is completely over. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No. And obviously we saw Woody there, so Woody's coming back somehow because we've seen Toy Story 4.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Right. So what I heard is that Woody and Buzz Lightyear, they get a 2.0 version of their figures, of their toys, and then Buzz Lightyear, there's a third party figure that comes in, and just messing with it. What I did hear is though that something about a Buzz Lightyear misfunctioning or malfunctioning or something like that. Like there's like a gang of them, and I guess they're going to be kind of part of the villains or something like that. I don't know, but that's Toy Story 5 coming. I'm not even sure when, but soon. I'm guessing in the next couple of years or so. And then we already talked about Win or Lose. Yeah, that was a little trailer there. Dream Productions, which is kind of like I guess the
From Inside Out.
from Inside Out, right? So the girl, the main girl, I guess when she has dreams or something, those are the characters, or those are the stories there. And then we already talked about Avatar. Oh, and Moana 2, which I've never seen. I never seen the first one anyway, so
It's
but
a
I
cool
know
movie. It's cool. It's cool.
I know it's very, very popular, and they're actually working on a live action Moana at the same time as they're doing this, and they're gonna have The Rock in that one too. Let me see. Okay, I think that might be it for the. Oh well, I actually don't have a picture, but I know they talked about the what is it called?
The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah, so I don't have an image for that for some reason. I don't know why I didn't even look at that, but that's coming. So, what are your quick thoughts on that?
I saw the leaked trailer, and it doesn't look bad, but season 3 was kind of bad, so I really don't know what they're gonna do with it. It was cool that they showed snow troopers in the trailer and some good action.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but who knows, man? Like, it can be very good or it can be really bad. You never know with Disney now.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of season 3 Mandalorian. Like I didn't hate it, but definitely by far the weakest season.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Lizzo in the season.
Yes.
So, and I would have been fine with it if she at least was acting good or well. And she wasn't. So
yeah, that episode was horrible. It felt like it was in Wonderland and Jack Black and
Although I didn't mind Jack Black. I like Jack Black. Like, for some reason, no matter what Jack Black does, I seem to like him. So I mean, but
I like him, but I can't see him in Star Wars. It felt weird. Like, it felt out of place there. So
yeah, and like I said, like the whole Lizzo thing, that definitely did not help. But let me look at the live chat here. Mr. Brickarman says Snow White, with all the negativity it's getting, actually looked pretty good. Oh yeah, I forgot about Snow White.
Oh no, it looks bad.
I didn't see I didn't see the full I don't know if they released the whole trailer or not, because I saw little clips of it.
It's a trailer. Yeah, it's a trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch it. Maybe I will. I mean, like I said, the whole, like Rick says, there's a lot of negativity going on with other things, which I'm not gonna get into. I don't think that's an issue for me, anyways. But I missed out on some other ones like Cinderella. I didn't watch Beauty and the Beast when it came out. I mean, the live action. And then I watched The Lion King, and I thought that was kind of disappointing. So it's kind of like they're doing this. So I'm not super excited for it. I may watch it in theaters or not. But yeah, the whole negativity of it, I don't think it's really warranted for the other stuff.
I just think it looks bad. Like,
just the actual movie,
yeah,
the actual what you see.
Anything that's been going on, I don't think it looks good. It looks cheap, and no, not for me. And I don't like any of those live action remakes, so maybe I'm not.
Oh, okay, just like all the other ones that we mentioned and stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
Let's see, Mr. Cruz will say comics were all blue, right? I believe so. Yeah, like I said, I believe so. I wasn't really following the comics of Fantastic Four. I think you're referring to Fantastic Four. I remember only seeing them all blue, wearing blue, but I could be wrong about that. 9 Inch Nails for Tron is 6, says Mr. Kuso. And Mr. Star Wars Goonies, referring to Skeleton Crew.
That's what they said, but it doesn't feel like that.
Well, from what I've heard, it's I know that they were saying that. Like I said, I actually didn't watch the trailer for it, but as maybe one of the few people, I wasn't a fan of Goonies anyway, so that's not really helping. So, but yeah.
My wife hates the Goonies too. Like, she hates them. Yeah,
I don't know. Like, a lot of people really like the Goonies, and I watched it in high school because they played it. Like, the teacher played it. And I was like, because people were excited about it, like, oh, we're gonna watch the Goonies, and then they played it, and I was like, this is not that good. So I don't know.
I'm not the biggest fan. I liked that as a kid. Not anymore. Like if it's on TV, I'm just gonna, not watch it.
Okay, but yeah, but I guess that's a selling factor. I guess a Star Wars Goonies. But yeah, but Mr. Cruz was excited for it, so I'm glad.
Yeah,
for him.
cool. That's awesome.
And then Brick Artemis says that Stitch movie too. So Brick is excited for the Lilo and Stitch movie as well. And then says love the Toy Story tease with the toys looking at the kid with the tablet. So it looks like I guess the toys are fighting technology now, not other toys, except the one that I mentioned that I thought I heard that there's some bunch of Buzz Lightyears that are I don't know, malfunctioning or something, and they might be the villains or something. But it looks like they're gonna tackle that because I saw like a little image of that before. Then Freakier Friday will be a flop, says Brick Artemis. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I was wondering if they were gonna just drop it on Disney Plus, but I guess they want to try to make money off of it. Some movies you just know will, says Brick Artemis. Yeah, and sometimes we're right about that. Yeah, I would agree with that. 1, 2, 3. I think referring to Toy Story, or 10 out of 10. The fourth was butt cheeks, says Brick Artemis.
I was so angry with the fourth one. So angry.
Yeah, so you didn't like
Woody wrong. Yes, that's what annoyed me. Like it was all about friendship and they being together, and he goes with the woman. That's not what Toy Story was about.
So Woody went for the with the woman. So he left all his friends for the woman.
Yeah, too real.
Yeah, it's like that's too much going on there. And what was the other thing there? Oh, so you didn't like Gabby, Alex, in Toy Story 4? You know,
what was Gabby?
The villain of Toy Story 4, like that doll. And then she had
I don't even remember her name.
Okay, I remember Gabby because it was kind of funny, and she was like creepy looking and everything. Let's see, they did Woody wrong in 4, totally not what he would do.
Yeah,
says, regardless,
yeah, no, it was so annoying,
man. Where'd you get that? Mr. Cody is dropping by or saying hello here. Thank you so much, Mr. Cody. I know you were here earlier with the comments for the giveaway, but looks like you're back here, so thank you so much for that. I enjoyed Aladdin as live action, and that's pretty much it. I thought it was solid.
Who directed that? Guy Ritchie?
Guy Ritchie, yeah, which is kind of odd. When I heard that he was directing it, like, what? It's like, doesn't make any sense, but okay. So he made it, he directed it, and I thought it was fine. You know, wasn't great or anything, but I guess they want another one of that Aladdin film, and not based on those direct to the video sequels that they did of Aladdin. Mr. Crystal says next Toy Story is gonna be old toys versus hot toys. Yes, exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to mention earlier. Like, oh, they have the Hot Toys 2.0 and the third party Buzz Lightyear. So that's kind of funny now, actually, now that I'm collecting these figures and stuff with the whole Toy Story situation. Jose G. Hernandez, Mr. Jose Plus. Hello, everyone. Hello there, Mr. Jose Plus. Hello. Thank you so much for dropping by. Greatly appreciated there. Okay, so we are, and again, I'm just showing this little Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm again here. So let's go ahead and actually get into the actual main show here. I'll try to go over through these somewhat quickly because there's quite a bit of those. So we have, excuse me. So we have, of course, Beetlejuice, the sequel to Beetlejuice, with Michael Keaton, and then obviously Tim Burton is coming back to direct. And we have Winona Ryder coming back, and then Catherine O'Hara, I believe that's her name. I keep forgetting her name sometimes, yes, from Home Alone. And then, of course, Jenna Ortega. Is it Jenna or Jenny?
Jenna.
It is Jenna, right? Okay, Jenna Ortega. So she's in here now. Now she's like the it girl right now, right? So with the whole Wednesday and all the other Scream and all the other stuff. So she's in this, and coming out on September 6th. So this is the first one that we're going to cover, even though technically September 6th is not fall. But I mean, I'm sure you know this, Alex. When it comes to the releases with movie seasons, that they basically call a fall movie seasons like right after Labor Day, and then like the summer season begins like the first week of May, even though technically it's not summer yet, so like a month away from it. But that's kind of how that works. But
Yes.
first fall movie that we'll be talking about here, and of course, I liked the first Beetlejuice. It wasn't one of those movies that I remember watching very often growing up, but I kind of started like rewatching it more later in life, and I kind of started appreciate it even more later in life. And so I'm curious to see this. I'm excited to see this. We get the whole Tim Burton-esque style coming back here. Looks like they're using some practical effects. Along with obviously the CGI stuff, which we would expect. But I do like that it looks like they're using some of those practical effects that they used in the first Beetlejuice, very Tim Burton-esque, like I mentioned here. But what are your quick thoughts on Beetlejuice, Alex?
I'm excited for it. My first approach to Beetlejuice was the cartoon. I don't know if you remember it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was that, and I liked it. Then I watched the movie, and it was kind of weird to me because I was very young, and like cartoon versus live action wasn't very, I don't know, like I didn't get it. But when I grew older, I like the live action a lot. I think it's one of Tim Burton's best movies. And I'm excited to see how it goes because for the past 10 years or more, his career has been pretty bad. So hopefully this is like a redemption for him because like I can't think of any good movie of him in the past 10 years.
I'm trying to think. That's what I'm like thinking. Because there's been some. I'm really trying to think of him.
He made a good one. He made a good one. I just thought about it. It's called Big Eyes. I don't know if you watched it.
Oh, I didn't watch that. Is that with
Amy Adams?
Christoph Waltz?
And Amy Adams. It's about a painter. That's good, but it's kind of an indie movie.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch that actually. I didn't watch that.
It's good. It's about a painter, and I don't want to say too much because the plot is a bit obvious if I tell you about it. But
okay.
It was a good indie movie back to his roots in a way. But I think that's it. And then the other good movie that I can think of is Sweeney Todd, and
Well, even Sweeney Todd, I wasn't a huge fan of. So
I do like it. I do like that one.
And I know he made the Alice in Wonderland movies. I didn't like those either. So it's been a while. So and let me look at the live chat here. So we have Mr. Akuso saying Monica Bellucci is still hot or fired. Yeah, she's from the I mainly know her from the Matrix sequels. Or mainly the Matrix Reloaded. I think she played Persephone or something like that.
Yeah,
but she kind of looks the same from like the Matrix and this one. And she's actually in the poster, but she's like very at the bottom of this poster. That's why you can't see her. But yeah, it looks like she's the villain of that. So that should be interesting there. Brick Artemis says Wednesday show did very well for Burton, and that was another. Oh, you know what? That was a Burton project as well, except it wasn't a theatrical film. But yeah, that's true. I did like Wednesday.
Me too.
It was fun. So we'll see what happens with the second season. So this could be good too, says Mr. Brick Artemis. And then he says, I loved Sweeney Todd and Big Fish. I do like Big Fish. That one came out in 2003 with Ian McGregor. So that was kind of cool. I did like that one. Obviously the Batman movies, and his best is Edward Scissorhands. And I love Sleepy Hollow. I don't know if you're a big fan of that one, Alex.
Best movie for me is Ed Wood. If you haven't watched it, anyone in the chat watch it.
Ed Wood?
Yeah. It's a movie about the worst director in film history. It's a fantastic movie. Fantastic.
That's with Matthew Landau's in it too, right?
Yep. Yeah. And Johnny Depp and Sarah Jessica Parker. And it's an incredible movie. I think it's the most Tim Burton film that I've ever seen.
Okay. I think I've seen it. It's been a while since I've seen it though. Burton may very well be my favorite director. Oh, okay.
Awesome.
That's interesting. I didn't know that, Mr. Brick Artemis. So I know you're very excited.
He was great. But something happened to him, and he's not that good anymore.
It's when he divorced what's her name?
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she was the one that was like giving her all the ideas. Do this, and then it's like, and then
Who
they,
knows?
and then she's no longer there. So, um, and then Brink says, "Oh yes, Ed Wood is amazing." Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that, but maybe I need
love
to
that
rewatch
movie.
it.
Vive.
And then of course, you know I was going to do this, Alex. Maybe you already knew this, but there is a popcorn bucket of the Beetlejuice film, and this is the Regal
That
version.
looks really awesome. I
So
really like that one.
I'm gonna try to get this, but like last time with the whole Deadpool and Wolverine, that was a complete failure for me, anyways. I was not able to get a single one of them. And then when I went to Frankenstein last last Sunday, and they were selling the Deadpool, I'm sorry, the baby pool popcorn bucket from Regal for $100. So they were selling that, and that one you could actually pre-order online now for like $45. But I guess people are wanting it now, and they're willing to pay $100 over there. So yeah, I wasn't gonna do all that, but I will try. I will try to get this.
This one's pretty cool. Did you see the Alien Romulus one with the xenomorph head?
Yes,
That one looks-
I want that too. I think that one's also, well, that one I don't know if it's Cinemark or Regal. I know it's not AMC.
It's Cinemark. I tried to buy it online, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, okay, yeah, they probably want to do the whole come to the theater situation, which I kind of get, but yeah, I'll try to get that one too, but we'll see what happens. And that one's coming up next week. So let's see. Brick says, but yes, it's been a long time. And then we have I need the bucket.
So cool.
Brick.
So cool. This
And
one
then
is amazing.
Mr. Crusoe says the popcorn buckets and cups for Beetlejuice and Romulus are so sick. And yeah, those are the ones that I've seen that are pretty cool. I haven't seen the Romulus one. Yeah, I think if you look at that, Brick, I think you will want one of them. There's quite a few of them, but the one that I think Alex is talking about is a Cinemark one because it has like the head of the xenomorph. So that one looks like it might be cool. Mr. Crusoe says AMC, Regal, and Cinemark all have some fire. I'm guessing you're referring to, well, actually both. It's probably Beetlejuice and Alien Romulus. I think they all have those popcorn buckets. So yeah, so that's the Beetlejuice discussion there. The next one here coming out on September 13th is a film called Speak No Evil with James McAvoy, directed by James Watkins. It looks like it's a remake from a Danish film under the Blumhouse Productions banner. And let's see if there's some kind of a premise going on here. Synopsis: a dream holiday in a beautiful country house becomes a psychological nightmare. I've seen this trailer way too many times already in the theater. They keep playing it over and over, and I'm kind of tired of it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to watch this in the theater. But did you have you seen the trailer for this, Alex?
I saw it today after you sent me the list of what we were talking about, and I liked it. Didn't know about it. It reminded me of a movie called Funny Games from Michael Haneke.
Oh yeah,
it reminded me of that, and that movie was very disturbing. So I might give it a try. I know this is gonna be a little more family friendly because it's not Michael Haneke sick mind, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure this is still gonna be an R-rated movie, but so that's
yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be like. Do you remember like Funny Games was so messed up?
Yeah, I think I saw there's an original and a remake, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't even know which one I saw, but I know I've seen one of them. And
Probably
yeah,
you saw the one with Naomi Watts.
Maybe, but even if it is that one, that was pretty crazy.
That was great. That one's great. Like both are great, and he did everything. Like he wanted to make everything shot by shot, so it's an exact thing. Yeah,
not like Psycho.
Yeah, yeah, but the Psycho is awful. This is at least this is the same director making both movies. In
okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Psycho. No, not Psycho.
Like James McAvoy, like he looks like he definitely fits the part here. He definitely acts very, very well from what we've seen in the trailer. So it's just like they keep showing that trailer every fucking time. It's like I'm over it now. Let's see here. The next one is Transformers 1, I believe it's called. Transformers 1. I didn't really grow up with the Transformers, so I don't have that nostalgia connection. But let me see if I can give you a premise. So it's an origin story. It's animated, as you can probably tell in the picture. An origin story set on the planet of Cybertron, centering around the history of the Transformers race and the relationship between two Cybertronian workers named Orion Pax and D16 as they go from brothers in arms to arch nemesis as Optimus Prime and Megatron. I have been hearing good things about this movie. I don't know if I'm going to watch this. I've actually been skipping the last two Transformers live action movies because I hated, which is the one that I hated? I think the one with the dinosaurs, Age of Extinction, I think. The last Michael Bay movie with Mark Wahlberg, and I hated that one, and I haven't returned to this franchise at all. But what are your quick thoughts on this, Alex?
I've only seen the first two Transformer movies. Not really into it. I liked the cartoon when I was a kid, but not the biggest fan. I don't think I'm gonna watch this, to be honest.
Yeah, that one's September 20th. Like I said, I'm hearing good things about it, but I'm probably not gonna watch this, even though I have the whole AMC A-list stuff, but probably not. Matthew's dropping by. Looks like he's like really surprised or something, or shocked or something in the little emoji. Thanks for dropping by, Matthew, my brother there. And Brick Artemis says Bumblebee was so good. I've been hearing that too, and I still haven't tried. I
did watch that. I did watch it. It was fun. Yeah.
It was. That's with Travis Knight. I think he directed that movie.
And Haley Steinfeld. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. And then he also directed the Kubo and the Two Strings, I believe, the animated movie. But I did hear good things about that, and there's been a couple of times where I almost watched it, but then I just haven't seen it yet.
It's okay. It's fun. It's just like a turn your brain off kind of movie. So
okay. Yeah. Mr. Crusoe saying Bumblebee was good. So another person there. Movie Canon watched Bumblebee. It came out after the Wahlberg one. Oh yeah. I think I do remember that. It was after. I think there's two Mark Wahlberg movies. The one that I saw, which I hated, and there's another one that I did not bother to watch. Matthew saying, yeah, Bumblebee is cool. So it looks like Matthew's seen that also. So I didn't know that, but looks like he seems to like it. The Cybertron scene was great, says Mr. Kuso. So again, that's for the Transformers movie. So the next one here, so this is called Superman or Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story. It's a documentary film, and let me see, it's supposed to come out. It's not going to be released wide, so it's going to be released on September 21st and 22nd using the Fathom events, and they may have a wider release. So I'm trying to find like a synopsis of what's going on there. So it says here, this is regarding the Christopher Reeve's life following his horse riding accident that left him paralyzed and becoming an activist for disability rights. So I may see this. I'm kind of curious in watching this. I usually don't watch documentaries in the theater. I think I might have seen one, and I don't even know which one it was. But have you heard of this movie, Alex? And what are you?
Yeah, I want to watch it. Yeah, Christopher Reeve is a very iconic character in movie history. So it's gonna be cool to watch more of his story and how he went through all that awful things in his life. So
okay. Going back to the live chat here, I think you guys are talking about Transformers. So let me go back there. Let's see. Brick says, yeah, it's not like the best movie ever, just a lot of fun. I think you're talking about Bumblebee. And then Matthew says, only Transformers movie I've seen. So, okay, so that's the only one that he's seen. The first two and Bumblebee are the only ones I like. I like the first Transformers. I hated Revenge of the Fallen, I think it's called. And the third one, I thought it was okay. Just okay. And what's this Reeves show? Oh, so it's a documentary, Superman Hot Toys 2.0 coming soon. You heard it here first, says Brick Artemis. And then there's that in-art figure that's also coming for the Superman Christopher Reeve. So we'll see how that one turns out there. Next film, I've been hearing different things about this movie, Megalopolis, a 2024 American epic science fiction drama, written, directed, and produced by Francis Ford Coppola. And I think he spends, I don't know if all of his money or a huge chunk of his money to make this. It's like a passion project of his, from my understanding of this.
He's
So
been
let
making
me,
it since the 80s.
right, yeah. So I guess he had like an idea of it like a long ass time ago. The premise here says an accident destroys a decaying metropolis called New Rome. Caesar Catilina, which is played by Adam Driver, an idealist architect with the power to control time, aims to rebuild it as a sustainable utopia, while corrupt Mayor Franklin Cicero remains committed to a regressive status quo. Torn between them is Franklin's socialite daughter and Caesar's love interest, Julia, who, tired of the influence she inherited, searches for her life's meaning. And I believe I remember reading or hearing or seeing that it wasn't received well at one of those festivals. And then I've heard otherwise that it was received well. So I'm not entirely sure what the situation is with this, but it's supposed to come out at the end of September. Are you planning on watching this, Alex?
Yes, of course.
The
Even if
Francis
it's
Ford
bad,
Coppola?
like I think it's an incredible director, and it really bothers me how a man of his talent, like even when his last few movies weren't that good, he's such an iconic director, and seeing how the studios turned their back on him and nobody wants to support him after, you know, giving us The Godfather, The Conversation, Dracula, like all those great movies.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wanted to give distribution to his film, and that's like awful. And you see that they give distribution to all these shitty ass movies. That it annoys me, because like I love films, and seeing how a guy like him is just like doing everything in his power to show the world his movie, even if it's not good. It's like a George Lucas kind of thing. Like he's a genius, and we should give it a try. Like even if it's not good, like I think he deserves a chance to show this. Like if they make this awful Transformers and Fast and the Furious movies, why not?
Yeah, I'll definitely watch this. Like I'm not sure what to expect. I'm assuming it's probably going to be like a really long movie. I'm guessing because of his, you know, Godfather and all that other stuff. But actually, one of the movies that Francis Ford Coppola has directed that is one of my favorites. You know, apart from, you know, of course I like Godfather, but I really like the Bram Stoker's Dracula film. That's like, I think it's underrated, or I don't hear much about that movie. Like I think people should. Like I think a lot of people are turned off by the whole Keanu Reeves accents, but in that movie. But I mean, I like Keanu Reeves, but that role, I don't know what was going on there. That's definitely not good. But I really like that movie. I really find it to be kind of scary. Like it does have some pretty scary scenes.
Yes.
And so if you haven't seen that, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the 1992 movie, definitely check that out. Spooky season, Halloween season is coming up, so definitely check that out. It has Anthony Hopkins as well, and Gary Oldman, of course. Gary Oldman,
Winona Ryder.
Yes.
Who else is there? It's a great movie. I love that movie. It terrified me when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Let's see. We have Ben Hur saying Christopher Reeves is a legend. Going back to the Christopher Reeve documentary that's coming out. The next one, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but I have seen a lot of like promotions and advertisements for this. It's called The Wild Robot. Talks about, it's an animated movie, the epic adventure. This is the premise. The epic adventure follows the journey of a robot, Razum, Unit 7134, ROS for short, that is shipwrecked on an uninhabited island and must learn to adapt to the harsh surroundings, gradually building relationships with the animals on the island and becoming the adoptive parents of an orphaned gosling. And Lupita Nyong'o is voicing the robot. And then, of course, Alex, Pedro Pascal is in this. So let me make sure. Is that the same guy or some? No, it's Pedro Pascal. Yeah, so he's voicing or doing something in this movie, and so yeah. Have you heard of this movie at all?
I watched the trailer today. Yeah, it, it looks okay. The animation looks
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, I think it's based on a book or series or something like that. But yeah.
It
So I
doesn't
just
look bad. It's just like a movie with a message, like a clear message about taking care of the environment. And I mean, good for kids. It looks
yeah.
great. Yeah.
So that's at the end of September there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And this one is the one that I'm because there's like 3 movies that I was highly anticipating for 2024. 2 of those movies already came out, so this is one of them that were in that top 3, and that's of course Joker. And you say it's Folie, I'm guessing. I don't know, the sequel to Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, and of course we're having Lady Gaga play Harley Quinn. You know, we've talked about this, or a lot of us have been talking about this movie that is not really one of those movies that you want to necessarily want to rewatch, because it's not really that kind of movie. It's kind of like depressing and kind of dark. It's actually very dark. So it's not one of those movies, but I did really enjoy the Joker film, or Joker, that came out in 2019. I'm not sure what they're going to do, because I've heard different things about the whole musical aspects of it. We've seen the trailer, and it looks like there are scenes where like Joaquin Phoenix as Joker is singing, and of course you would expect Lady Gaga as Quinn to be Harley Quinn to be singing. So I just don't know how much they're going to use it like as a musical, or they're just going to use a lot of music. So I'm not totally sure. I know some people were kind of turned off when they found out that it's technically kind of like a musical, but I think it'll make sense when it comes to this character with Joker, because it might be some kind of a thing that he's coping with his mental state or something. I mean, I'm sure it'll probably work, but we'll see what happens. But this is I'm definitely excited for this. This comes out on October 4th. But what are your thoughts there, Alex?
I'm excited for it. I don't want it to be a complete musical with them singing every 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't do that, I'm sure I'm gonna like it. I really enjoyed the first one, but yeah, I just hope that it's not like a non-stop singing thing.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I thought I read something that it's not that. But I don't know, because I know I think I'm pretty sure it was Warner Brothers actually, when they were promoting Wonka. They kind of, not entirely, but they kind of stepped away from the musical stuff to show that it's not really a non-stop musical, but it kind of was, from what I've seen anyways. It looked like there's a lot of musical, like there's a song, and there was another musical that came out last year. I forgot what it was, that they were kind of like, in the promotions of it, they were kind of like shying away that it was a musical, and they were just showing other scenes. So I hope that's not the case with Joker, that it actually is like a full-on musical. But
I hope not.
but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The next one is Terrifier 3 with Art the Clown, and let me just read the premise because it's kind of interesting. It says, Art the Clown unleashes chaos on the unsuspecting residents of Miles County as they peacefully drift off to sleep on Christmas Eve. So as you can imagine, there, Alex, I know you've seen these movies, but as you can imagine, we have this Art the Clown during Christmas time, as you see him as Santa. This one's coming out on October 11th. So I am excited for this. When I first saw Terrifier, like the first time that I somebody showed this movie to me, and they started like playing it like at the beginning, and I kind of wasn't that into it at first, and then I didn't fully watch it until like later on. That then I watched the first movie, and then I saw how insane it is. It's totally like horror and like bloody and all this other stuff, and I was okay. I kind of like this. This is definitely not for everyone, as I'm sure you guys can already tell. Terrifier 2 is even more gruesome. It's even more crazy. So I can only imagine this movie set during Christmas time. But what are your thoughts on this, Alex?
We'll see how bad it is. Not bad in that it's a bad movie, but
Right.
Yeah. The second one was too much. It's very disturbing, and I can handle violent stuff, but this is in a completely new league of gory movies. Like, he's a good character. I like him, but I don't know if a lot of people are gonna be into it.
I don't know. That's why I'm kind of curious to see what the box office numbers are, because I know they increased the budget, not too drastically much, and not like movie budgets lately, right? Not like a $20 million budget or more. I mean, like maybe I think it crossed like over $1 million now, maybe, for the budget of this. So we'll see, because I don't know how much money this one's gonna make. But it's a perfect month for it to come out. So it's like it's coming out in October for Halloween, and then by the time it'll get to digital, well, it'll probably be like a month after. It'll be like November, getting to the Christmas season. So if you want the Santa part of it, there it is. Not really what you would think of Christmas, but it's technically Santa. And I'm gonna meet him, the Art the Clown, the actor,
Nice.
next month. He's gonna be in costume, so that's the photo op that I got.
That's awesome.
So that should be interesting. And then my brother says Terrifier 2 ending is terrible. I mean, that was kind of weird. Like I don't know what was going on, but it's like at this point, it's whatever. It's Art the Clown.
Yeah, that woman was in a water tank, and yeah, it didn't make sense.
Yeah, so I was like, well, what's happening? Okay, I guess you guys are going that route. Okay, sure, I guess, whatever. But and then we have Mr. Crusoe saying art at Christmas is gonna be wild. So yeah. And then we have here Ben Hur saying, I'm a Joker fanatic. I loved part 1, but this version makes me nervous. I really don't want it to be bad. I'm kind of confident that it won't be. I just don't know if it's going to be as good as the first one, but that's usually the case with sequels, right? Usually.
I think the problem is that it's not going to be for everyone, because it's a musical. And even if the story is good and everything, like the singing part always turns people away from this kind of things. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, so that was Terrifier 3. So let's move on to Smile 2, another horror movie, not to the level of Terrifier, but just a week later, on October 18th, this one comes out. I mean, I'll be watching this. It looks fun, at the very least. It looks like a fun movie. The first one, I liked it enough. I didn't think it was like absolutely great or anything. There was definitely some issues with that one. But I'll see this. I'll definitely check this out. What are your thoughts on this one? The same. I wasn't a huge fan of the first one. I think people overhyped it. Like, everybody was saying that it was amazing, and like, talk to me. Like, all these two movies are fantastic, and it was okay. It's fun, and I understand why they were making the sequel. So we'll see. Might be.
Although I did like Talk to Me a lot more.
Yes.
Than Smile.
Yes, it has more like context. It has more to, I don't know. It's more interesting.
Yeah. Matthew says no A Train. Oh, you're talking about Smile, because the actor, I think the actor who plays A Train is in the first Smile movie, and I don't even remember what happened to him. Yeah, I think I remember seeing him, but I don't even remember what happened to him. Smile was overrated. I thought it was just okay. Says Mr.
Yeah, people were like saying that it was the best horror movie in the decade. And
I didn't hear that. Yeah, definitely, definitely not. Yeah, because I know it did well box office wise. Like Paramount was not expecting to be that much of a hit, and then it crossed over $100 million. And this was like a low budget movie too, so they made their money like, I think probably the first opening or the opening weekend. And of course they're going to make a sequel, and then they got what's her name, Naomi, I forgot what her last name is, this actress. She was in Power Rangers, and she played.
Oh, Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell.
Naomi Campbell. There you go. There you go. Because she was Jasmine in the
Yes.
Aladdin adaptation, film adaptation. Let's move on to the next one. We call this movie Venom: The Last Dance. Yeah, The Last Dance. I'm confused about this. I'm not sure if this was related to a comic regarding Venom. I'm not sure what The Last Dance comes from, but I'll watch it. I saw both of them. I wasn't a huge fan of the Venom movies, even though I had a little bit more fun with the second one, maybe because of the Woody Harrelson edition. But I wouldn't say that these are my favorites Marvel or even Venom movies here. But this third one, I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this one. But I mean, they have the one with the, I guess the symbiote attaches to the horse. I'm sure you've seen the images of that, Alex. But how excited are you for this one?
Super excited. Can't wait to not watch it.
To not watch it? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll watch it. I know there's people who did enjoy this. I mean, these movies actually made a lot of money, so I know people did enjoy these Venom movies. And let me see if there's any information that I can get here. So the premise of this, it just says Eddie Brock and the symbiote Venom go on the run when they are hunted by both of their worlds. So that's the premise for this new Venom movie, and I believe this might be the last one. And I don't know, there's some speculation that maybe there'll be a Spider-Man in there. Which one, who knows? But I'll watch it. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of these movies, but I'll definitely check it out, see how they are. Matthew says, people treated Smile with how they treat Longlegs now. I forget, Matthew. Did you go with me to see this movie? I think we did. Did you watch Longlegs, Alex?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Is it good?
I liked it. I don't think it's because, like you said, people are saying like the best horror in the decade and all this stuff, and it's like people need to definitely stop doing that, right? But I mean, I thought it was solid. It was more like a David Fincher-esque thriller, not so much like a horror, even though there's definitely like horror elements in there. But I mean, it was good, but I don't think it's that. It's not the horror of the decade.
Okay.
But I guess Matthew's comparing it to that, the when Smile came out. My cousin Ivan's dropping by, Ivan Cardenas. Venom horse looks cool, so he likes the Venom horse. So thank you so much, Ivan, for dropping by there. So there's a fan of the Venom horse. So there you go. Mr. Crusoe says, I feel like the Venom movies are like the Resident Evil movies, and no one really wants them, but they'll keep making them. Yeah, because they keep, they keep making money. So it's like, people, a lot of people do seem to like it because they keep going and watching it. So, and they make money. And then Resident Evil, I think I stopped after 2, the second Resident Evil, which I did not like. Actually, the first one I was kind of disappointed also, but yeah, I guess you can kind of use that comparison there. Yeah. The next one is a movie called Heretic. So it's like a psychological horror film, and it stars Hugh Grant. I've seen the trailer of this. It's kind of interesting. I'll probably watch this, but I'll give you the little premise here of this one. If I can find it, where did it go? Let's see. Oh, here it is. When 2 Mormon missionaries attempt to convert a man, it turns out to be far more dangerous than they could have anticipated. And based on what the trailer says, I mean, that's kind of what that is, because obviously they're not gonna get into too many details there, but it seems interesting enough, so I'll probably check this one out. And I think it comes out, I believe, let me just double check. I don't know if it's October or November when this is supposed to come out. I think it's November, actually. November 15th. Yeah, so November 15th, closer to the Thanksgiving season. What are your thoughts on this one?
It looks fun. It looks different than the normal kind of like, the slasher movies that we get during that season. So I want to watch it. Hugh Grant is a great actor. Like, it's good to see him outside of the romantic comedy. So
Yeah. Yeah. So he was in. Did you watch that? What's it called? Dungeons and Dragons movie.
no, I didn't. Was it good? Was it good?
I really liked it. I actually really liked
Okay.
it, and I never played the game. I never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I had a lot of fun with that. And then he's in that. He's kind of like a villain, but he's
Cool.
actually kind of funny in that. Like he delivers like these really cool lines and scenes
Nice.
in that. And then he's like playing a completely different character here. So I'm kind of excited for this one here. Let's see. Mr. Crusoe saying Hugh Grant as a psycho. Yeah, for sure. In this one, in this movie here, Ben Hurst says, "Let There Be Carnage was not too good. I think Carnage has one of the biggest body counts in the Marvel universe. He has to tame in this one." Yeah, I think I remember seeing something about that. Mr. Crusoe says, "Loved Dungeons and Dragons. We need a sequel." Yeah, I don't think it did too well, but I guess we'll see if it gets some kind of life later on. But I know box office wise, I don't think it did too well. Let's move on to the next one here. So this one is called Red One. With The Rock is in this, even though the poster has J.K. Simmons, who's playing Santa. And I've been hearing about this movie for years. I guess it's finally now going to come out. And let me see if I can get the premise for you here. It says Callum Drift, the head of North Pole Security, must team up with Jack O'Malley, a bounty hunter, to find and rescue Santa Claus. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays the head of North Pole Security, which you might have already guessed. And Chris Evans is the other guy. And J.K. Simmons is Santa, as you can see here. So, I like Christmas movies. There are some like really, really bad ones. So I haven't really seen like a trailer of this. I don't even know if they released an actual trailer of this or not, but I haven't decided if I'm going to watch this. But what are your quick thoughts on this one?
I watched the trailer this morning too, and this is the kind of movie that I can't watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not one of those.
Yeah.
And I thought this one was let me just double check. I thought it was a Netflix movie, but
No, I think that's another one.
Oh, I'm thinking of another one. Yeah, I think
With The Rock too.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so that's why I'm confused. So because I saw that this one's coming out in theaters, I'm like, well, Netflix doesn't usually release these in theaters, not for a wide release anyway. So it looks like, it's from Warner Brothers, and it's an Amazon MGM Studios movie, and then Warner Brothers International. Okay, so it looks like they spent a lot of money on this one, $250 million to make. So we'll see how this one turns out.
Yeah, no.
Let's look at the live chat there. We have Matthew says Dungeons and Dragons movie, a personal fave, says Matthew. Would be more excited if The Rock wasn't involved. So there you go. Mr. Crusoe, The Rock is in it. A box office smash, right? Just kidding. This one does look fun for a family watch. Ivan says Red One looks lame as hell.
I agree. I agree.
Red One does have a Netflix vibes. And then Matthew is shocked with a $250 million production
50
budget.
millions are for The Rock, and yeah, 75 millions for the budget, and 120 millions in reshoots.
And then Chris Evans is in it too. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, but he's always underpaid, so.
Okay. So that's Chris Evans, The Rock, and J.K. Simmons. The next one is Gladiator 2. So this one, okay, so I saw the trailer of this, and I didn't think it was bad. Did we need this? It's like, how would we make a Gladiator 2 movie? I mean, like, how? Are you going to bring back Russell Crowe somehow? Like, how is this going to work? So I'm just going to read what the premise is. There's quite a few names in there that I'm going to have trouble pronouncing, so just so you're aware of that. So over 2 decades after the events of Gladiator, Lucius, the grandson of Rome's former emperor Marcus Aurelius and son of Lucilla, lives with his wife and child in Numidia. Like I said, mispronouncing these. Roman soldiers led by General Marcus Acacius invade, forcing Lucius into slavery, inspired by the story of Maximus. As depicted in the 2000 film, Lucius resolves to fight as a gladiator under the power of Macrinus, a power broker who opposes the rule of the young emperors Caracalla and Geta, or Jetta. I don't know how you pronounce that there. Paul Mescal is Lucius, so he's the guy that you see here in the picture, the lead. And then, of course, Alex Pedro Pascal is in this as Marcus Acacius. Denzel Washington is in this. Joseph Quinn, which we'll see next year in Fantastic Four, and he was in Stranger Things. He was the default character that dies for the season in Stranger Things. So that's Gladiator 2. And like I said, I saw the trailer. It looks cool. I just don't know how people are going to react to this and if it's actually going to be good. And Ridley Scott is still making this, I believe. Let me just double check. I believe I saw that, right? Yeah. Ridley Scott is directing. So, and with Ridley Scott, you know, it's like, for me, it's like a 50-50 that I'm going to like a Ridley Scott movie in the last 10 years or so. But what are your thoughts on this?
I didn't like the trailer, but more because of the music choice. Remember that they added like some hip hop there and didn't make a lot of sense to me. But we'll see. I don't think it's gonna be a memorable movie. I think it's gonna make money for sure, just because it has the Gladiator name behind it. But not much expectations.
Do you think we'll get a Russell Crowe cameo somehow?
Yeah, there's a Force Ghost.
Right? Yeah, so yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so that's supposed to come out November 22nd. So again, closer to the Thanksgiving season over here. Let's see. Brick Artemis says that it looks okay. And then Matthew says, yeah, music was weird. Make it doesn't like match with the scene. I don't know.
Yeah, like why like if that's a thing you do in a Michael Bay movie, like not a Ridley Scott movie. Like if you want to play it seriously and make people connect with it, you don't add. I don't know what it was, like if it was Kanye West or what was it, but
it was one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the only time that I've seen that actually works was in the Great Gatsby movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah,
where they played like modern music in the setting of the 1920s. So that one kind of
that's Baz Luhrmann. That's Baz Luhrmann,
right?
And you come to expect that of him, like
yeah.
So, Juliet.
So that right. So that one too. So it kind of works. So at least those do work.
Yeah. This.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Next one is Wicked. So that's the Wicked movie, and it's divided into two, at least for now. If it makes money, who knows? Probably more. But an upcoming American musical fantasy film directed by John Chu. It is the first part, or the first of a two-part film adaptation of the stage musical of the same name by Stephen Schwartz, which was turned into a novel in 1995. Or I'm sorry, was based on the 1995 novel of the same name by Gregory Maguire and characters from The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. The premise for this one, for the actual film adaptation of this, I don't know what kind of liberties they took, but it says, misunderstood because of her green skin, a young woman named Elphaba, I'm pronouncing that right, forges an unlikely but profound friendship with Galinda, a student with an unflinching desire for popularity. Following an encounter with the Wizard of Oz, their lives begin to take very different paths. Then, of course, we have the witch Elphaba, played by Cynthia Erivo, She played Harriet Tubman in the Tubman movie. I forgot what the movie was called. Maybe it was Harriet Tubman. That got her an Oscar nomination. And then Ariana Grande, as we all know, Ariana Grande. I thought she was going to play the witch for the longest time, but she's playing Galinda. So are you watching this, Alex?
No.
I purposely just paused because I was like I'm sure that was it, but I just wanted to.
No, I love The Wizard of Oz. I think it's a classic movie, but this is just the kind of crap that I hate from Hollywood. Not really. Like, I know the musical for Broadway is pretty popular, and there's a lot of fans of that, but I don't like when Hollywood does this kind of stuff. I'm not a fan. And I don't think they're gonna translate it the right way, and I know it's gonna piss off some fans.
I'm sure, but it's gonna be. I haven't decided if I'm gonna watch this. I just haven't decided that yet. But it comes out during.
Did you watch that? Sorry, did you watch that Sam Raimi Wizard of Oz movie? Do you remember that?
I did, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was so disappointing.
Yeah, because we had what's her name from '70s show?
James Franco and Mila Kunis.
Oh, Mila Kunis. She played. I think she played the witch.
Yeah, this evil witch. Yeah, the same one.
That's right. So she played her, and I didn't like her performance in that. Like, I didn't buy. Like, I only saw Mila Kunis. I didn't see like anyone else.
Yeah.
So that didn't help either. But I was not a fan of that movie. This one, because I know it's very popular. I'm not generally a fan of musicals, so that's why I'm like, we'll see if I see it. The part 2 is supposed to come out a year from the release of this one, so it's like Thanksgiving season this year in 2025. So hopefully it does well for Universal, because they're trying to cash in on the second one next year. So, but
I'm sure, like, if it does well, like both parts, I'm sure they're gonna continue making a new version of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah,
like that's that's gonna be the next move.
We have Mr. Jose G. Hernandez. You seen these interviews where they ask Ariana about her voice? It's kind of funny. I haven't seen that interview, so I'll look into that later. But Matthew says, "Love the wicked riff at the end of the trailer. That's about it." So yeah, I know what Matthew's talking about. It looks cool, but yeah, I don't know. But Brick Artemis says, I love the play. So okay, so it looks like he's been to the actual musical stage show. So I've never been that. I've heard that it was really, really good. Yeah, but I've never seen it.
I think they built a new theater for it, or like for her flying or something.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I remember it was huge when it came out.
It almost seems like seems more interesting to watch or see that than the movie adaptation. But
yeah, that's what I think. Like, I think the musical was so iconic, and just bringing it to a movie screen, I don't think it works.
All right. Mr. Austin Nicholas dropping by. Hey guys, hello there, Mr. Austin Nicholas. Hello. Thank you so much for dropping by, like always. Greatly appreciate it. Matthew saying Meg played the witch. So Meg from Family Guy. I mean, Mila Kunis. Yes, in that movie, yes. All right, so let's move on to the next one here. So Moana 2, the sequel to the animated movie. Like I said, I didn't watch the first one. I know it's very, very popular. And of course, it's a given that they're going to make a sequel to this. And now they're working on a live action movie of this. Like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't have much thoughts on it. But how about you, Alex?
I really liked the first one. Really, really liked it. It was a lot of fun. I liked the music. And this could be a good idea for a sequel.
Okay, and because I mean, it's on Disney Plus, so it's just very easy for me to try to watch it. But
watch it. I watched it twice, I think, in theaters.
Oh wow, okay.
So
yeah, I'll definitely check that one out there. The next one here, and I actually didn't know much about this until recently. I was like, wait, you guys are doing this? So this is the Lord of the Rings. I'm probably gonna mispronounce this word here, but it's the War of the Rohirrim, maybe. So it's an upcoming anime fantasy film directed by Kenji Kamiyama from a screenplay by Phoebe Gittins and Artie Papagorgia. I'm probably mispronouncing the hell out of that, but sorry about that. Based on the novel The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. The premise of this is set 183 years before the events of the Lord of the Rings film trilogy. The War of the Rohirrim tells the story of Helm Hammerhand, a legendary king of Rohan, and his family as they defend their kingdom against an army of probably going to mispronounce this one too, Dunlendings. Helm goes on to be the namesake for the stronghold Helm's Deep, and apparently it's voiced by Brian Cox, which we've seen in what's the name of that TV series? Succession. Have you heard of this, Alex?
I heard about it this morning. I had no idea they were making this.
Yeah, so it's going to be in theaters, which that's what I'm saying. Is like I didn't even hear anything about this, and it's
is that a trailer or something?
I didn't look this one up, but I have a feeling that there isn't. But like I said, I haven't even heard of this at all. So it's like, oh shit. Let's see. I think we're all caught up in the live chat, right? Yep. Okay, so let's move on to the next one here. Well, actually, before we do that, so because I know you're a big fan of Lord of the Rings, Alex, but just on the simple fact that they made this, does that still kind of interest you or no?
Yes, and I'm happy that it's not Amazon making this. I think.
Because
yeah, as long as it's not the people behind Rings of Power, I'm happy that they
okay. It doesn't seem like they are.
I think it's Warner Bros. I think it's Warner with this. So.
Let me just double check. I think I have the information here. So you weren't a fan of the Rings of Power?
Oh no, I didn't even finish it.
Okay. Let's see. Warner Brothers Pictures. Yeah, Warner Brothers Pictures, New Line Cinema. Countries: the U.S. and Japan. You know, I'm assuming anime. So yeah, looks like it's not them from Amazon.
I'm excited to see what they can do. Like, and animation is always great. So we'll see what kind of story they can tell, and if they want to now build an animated Lord of the Rings world, that'd be cool.
I didn't bother watching Rings of Power.
Good for you.
Because it's okay. I think I mentioned this before. Like, I acknowledge that the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the film adaptations, are, you know, cinematic masterpieces. I again acknowledge that it's great filmmaking. It's not one of those movies that I personally like to rewatch or that I care to want to watch over and over again. Like, the story's cool and everything. They're kind of long. They're pretty long, so it's just not one of those movies that I want to watch all the time. And when it came to Rings of Power, like, the trailers didn't do anything for me. I heard and read that it was very, very slow and it dragged out a lot. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then I kept like pushing it off. Like, I'll watch it. At least I'll try it. And I never did. So, and the second season, I think it's about to come out this month. I think at the end of the month. Rings of Power season 2. I don't know. I'm probably never gonna watch that.
Don't waste your time.
But I thought, because you're a big fan of the Lord of the Rings, I thought that you would have seen, you know, Rings of Power, and I thought that maybe you would have liked it, but I don't know.
No, I watched that, like, I think 3 or 4 episodes, and I got really angry at it. Like, it was like, this doesn't feel. It's just like you already established the world. It's just like Star Wars. Like, Peter Jackson made a great job creating a world, and the moment that you try to destroy that and create a new thing, it feels weird. Like, it doesn't. Like, for Galadriel, they changed the character. Like, it's no longer like this fair lady who's like a magician and all that stuff. Now she's like this badass warrior. It doesn't make sense. They did a lot of that stuff, and no, I haven't heard a single person who liked it.
I don't think I have either, but I actually don't know how many people watched it. But I mean, they made a season 2, so I guess there was enough people who watched it.
Yeah, I think like
Uh,
Amazon is not afraid of throwing away money.
let's see. Mr. Cruz says they crapped all over the lore on what is it? RLP?
Yeah, Rings of Power.
Oh, Rings of Power. Okay, all right, there you go. So yeah, they crapped all over the lore of on Rings of Power. So I guess that's what happened there. Then we have and tried to defend it. Okay. All right, moving on to the next one, and this is another Sony verse Spider-Man character movie, Craven, with Aaron Taylor Johnson. This movie keeps getting pushed, just like what's another movie? Morbius. They kept pushing that one, and again, Aaron Taylor Johnson is playing Craven. It was supposed to come out this month, at the end of the month. Before that, it was supposed to come out last year, and I think even before that, I think it was supposed to come. I think it was supposed to come out in January of 2023. So they keep pushing this, and now it's finally going to come out, maybe in December of this year, December 13th. They finally confirmed that it is going to be R-rated, because I know there was some I don't know, speculation that it probably was, and I think Aaron Taylor Johnson said that it was, but ultimately it's not his decision whether it's going to be R-rated or not. But it was officially rated R, apparently. I'm kind of interested in this, but considering the record of the Sonyverse movies, Morbius, although I didn't think it was as bad as people were saying, but it was still not good. Madam Web, wasn't really a fan of that either. And we already talked about some of the Venom movies. So Kraven the Hunter, I just don't see how this one is going to be different, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But what are your thoughts on this, Alex?
I didn't like the trailer. It looks just like the other Sony movies. So not for me either. Not for me.
Matthew says cautiously excited. So yeah, I think that might be a lot of people with that. With this character, because we haven't really seen. I don't think we've seen this character in live action. I could be wrong, but I don't believe we've seen him. So I'm curious about that part, but I guess we'll see. Mr. Crusoe says it looks good, but I can't get over why Craven. I can't get over why Craven. They could have called it Kevin, and it would work. Okay, so. So I don't know if you're referring to, I don't know if the actor that was cast as the character, but so again, that was Craven, that's coming out in December. The next one I don't think we talked about this earlier during the D23, I don't believe, but so they are making this Mufasa movie, or Mufasa the Lion King, a prequel to obviously the Lion King. So we get to see the origin story of Mufasa, I guess, and how he becomes king or whatever. I'm not totally sure. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like the live action version, like the sequel to the live action version of the Lion King, even though it looks very CGI to me. And I mean, it is all CGI. There's some scenes that I saw because when I seen the trailer of this in the theater, it does look good. Most likely I'll check this out, but I'm not super. I don't have much faith in it that it will be really, really good. But what are your thoughts, Alex?
Not interested, but probably will watch it at home one day. Not interested at all. I know what they're making it, just cash grab as always, but dude, that trailer didn't do it for me.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess we'll see for this one too. I mean, they're releasing it during a good movie season in December during Christmas time, so I guess the little thing that's people will like it and that we'll see. I mean, the live action Lion King movie made over $1.5 billion worldwide. I think it's closer to like 1.7 around there. So why not milk this, right? Another Mufasa. So let's see. Maybe I don't know if we'll see James Earl Jones voicing Mufasa at one point here. I don't know. Actually, let me look that up now. Let's see. Do they have that information?
I think he already retired.
Oh, that's right. Although he could have voiced it, and years, maybe a year ago or so. I don't know how long it's been. It hasn't been that long, right? That he retired.
No.
Yes. So I don't see his name anywhere in there. So in the cast, so he's not gonna be Mufasa. Okay, so that's kind of odd, but all right. Let's see here. So we have a comment in the live chat. We have. Oh wait, no, I was just saying hi to Austin there, Mr. Brick. Okay, so moving on to the next one here, and we're closer to the end here. We only have this one and one more. So we have Sonic 3 or Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I think last time we talked about Sonic, Alex, this was like at the beginning of the year. You hadn't seen these, I don't believe, the first two.
I've only seen the first one.
Oh, you only seen the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't seen the second one, and then the third one, it's coming out at the end of the year, December 20th, I believe, around there. And looks like Jim Carrey is coming back as Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman, whichever one you've heard or seen before. I guess both. So he's coming back. I don't know to what capacity, because he was another person who said he had retired, but then he's back here for this movie. So we have the Shadow the Hedgehog character, which you kind of see here, a little tease right there, his glove and his little shoes or whatever. Now it's going to be voiced by Keanu Reeves, because I know there was some rumors that it was going to be Hayden Christensen who was going to voice him, but it's actually going to be Keanu Reeves. I mean, I didn't really love the first Sonic movie. The second one, I think it's better. It was a little bit more fun for me. I may just watch this. I know I took my nephew and niece to see this. That was a couple of years ago. I don't know if they're going to want to watch this one at this point because they're a little older, but I may just watch it. It's during that movie Christmas season and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'll probably watch this. But what are your quick thoughts on this one?
I haven't seen the second one, so I really don't have much to say. I think the first one was okay. I don't hate it. I don't like it. It's just I would have to watch the second one and the Paramount show, and I might even enjoy it. Who knows?
Yeah, Mr. Kuzo says I like the Sonic movies more than Venom. so yeah. So
Venom is not good.
And you're getting the threequel of both of those movies this year. So.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, this next movie, I knew I was gonna be interested in it, because of the filmmaker. Even though I didn't love every single movie that he's made, but considering what he's making, I was definitely interested. But when I saw the trailer of this, now my level of anticipation skyrocketed, and that's Nosferatu. So that's coming out appropriately enough, just like The Exorcist came out during this time. It's coming out on Christmas Day. This very dark, creepy looking movie. Although Exorcist came out on December 26th, but same season. So I'm very excited for this. The trailer of this is just probably among the best trailers that I've seen for a movie that's coming out this year. So it is they call it a gothic horror film written and directed by Robert Eggers, and it is of course a remake of the 1922 film, and also based on Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula. And we talked about the movie that Francis Ford Coppola made in the early 90s. The film stars Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, Lily Rose Depp, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Willem Dafoe. We always like to see Willem Dafoe in these, and basically any movie really. And this filmmaker has made movies like The Witch, or The Witch, if you want to call it that, based on the poster that we've seen, The Lighthouse, The Northman. And the premise of this is Robert Eggers' Nosferatu is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. I get this old the Bram Stoker movie from Dracula. I get those vibes, but also like those older Universal classic 1920s or 1930s, 1940s with the Rob Eggers style and darkness and things like that. So that's why I'm very excited for this. Hopefully it's good. But what are your thoughts on this, Alex?
This is my most anticipated movie of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks amazing. Ever since I heard that he was gonna make this, I got super excited, and the trailer looks it's incredible. It's incredible. Like, I love The Lighthouse, I love The Northman, like everything he has done so far I like. So this is gonna be very interesting. Like, if it's bad, I'm gonna be incredibly disappointed, but I don't think it will.
Yeah,
I love Nosferatu, like like from FW Marnow, 1922. It is
right.
I love that one. I love the Werner Herzog version. I think that came out in the 70s. Like, I think like you have to be a weird filmmaker to tackle this story. So
I think so, yeah. And he's perfect for this. Although The Lighthouse, I had issues with The Lighthouse because I appreciated the filmmaking, the everything, cinematography of that movie too, and the acting, the way that Robert Eggers directed Pattinson before he was Batman. And so we have the Batman and the Green Goblin in this movie, right, with Willem Dafoe. And Green Goblin, I thought Green Goblin should have got. I'm sorry, Green Goblin. I thought Willem Dafoe should have been nominated at least for an Oscar for The Lighthouse.
oh yes,
Like I said, Robert Pattinson was great in it, but Willem Dafoe definitely stood out even more, and he didn't get.
yeah. When he cries because he tells him his food is bad.
Yeah, but it's like, what the hell's going on with this movie? Is like, that's why I was kind of like, I don't know about that movie, but I admired all the other stuff, all the other things that I talked about.
I really like that it's so weird. I really appreciate it. Like, I love that you really don't know what it's actually going on in the movie, but it keeps you hanging and watching because you want to know something that doesn't really have an answer.
Right, and it's not one of those like annoying things that we don't get an answer to, because some of those, we have plenty of those that are kind of like annoying.
Oh, yes.
Like, what?
Yeah, this is more like an artistic choice not to give you the answer than just like, oh, I'm trying to play it cool. And
yeah. My cousin Ivan is saying Robert Eggers, banger after banger after banger. He does not miss. So I know he's a fan of this director here.
He's so good. The Witch was amazing.
Yeah, I did really like The Witch as well. So I think that's it for this. Okay, so let me see here. I don't have any other segments left. So let me go back to. Okay, so I'm gonna do the giveaway, and let me see here. I don't even see how many of you guys are even on here right now. So let me just double check here. Okay, so if you guys posted your comments in the Instagram posts and things like that, I'm gonna do the giveaway. Let me just go here real quick. Okay, so I have these two now. There was the Batman in the Batman Cave Funko. That one didn't get like that much interest. So I'm going to postpone that one because that one's actually a pre-order. That one's not even out yet. So I was just going to do the giveaway for the 50th episode, which is now. And then I was going to give it away. And then whenever that one came out, I would just send it to the winner. But for right now, it didn't get as much interest as I thought it would. And so I may postpone it. So so it's not going to be part of this giveaway here. There's not that many of you guys in here anyway. So let me know if you're even in the live chat now, if you wanted this giveaway. If there's like one or two of you left, I'm probably gonna have to postpone this or do it a different way, because I don't see that many people on here. Let's see. Mr. Cruz said these Star Wars pops are fire. Yeah. So like I said, I don't see that many of you guys because I did want to have a minimum number of viewers to actually do a giveaway, because it's only just a few of you. I mean, I'm not gonna do a giveaway if it's just like a few of you. And that also kind of shows that there wasn't that much interest in these giveaways. That's why I try to do like those polls to see like what do you guys want, things like that. But I'll wait a couple minutes there. If there isn't any more people, joining, then I'm gonna have to postpone this one. Let's see here. So before we try to do that, so I'm gonna go and plug your stuff, your YouTube channel, Mr. Alex. Let me try to get over there real quick. Hold on a second for me. Okay. So that's your YouTube channel, Alex Montano. So what do you have going on there?
Oh, I'll just be posting more reviews, tips on filmmaking, trying to teach people more about the world of movies. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna be a little away from this week because I have a friend coming over to visit. Next week I'll be posting more videos. I don't know which, but please subscribe.
And then I think you mentioned this before, but it's all in Spanish, right?
Oh yes, I forgot. Yes, everything is in Spanish. You can turn on the English subtitles if you want. They're actually pretty good. I turned them on the other day and they are pretty good. YouTube is getting good at translating stuff.
Yeah. So because I know you had another channel and then you created this one.
Yes.
Do you have any plans in the future to do? Because I know you've done live streams on your channel before. Do you have any plans on going back to that soon?
Yes, I do want to, but I just want to get more subscribers because I want more people watching, not just the little people that I have there right now. But yeah, as soon as I see that it starts building more momentum, we'll make some live streams. I don't care if we have a show in English or something. I don't mind. Like
yeah, because I do see you have around 210 subscribers. Because you had I think when you told me about it, you had like less than 10, I think, at that point, because you had just
started
it.
Yeah, I started 2 months ago exactly, and I'm surprised that I have 200.
Yeah, so you have 210 subscribers now. So again, guys, if you haven't subscribed to Mr. Alex Montano, definitely do that. The description of the video has the link of Mr. Alex Montano. He's very knowledgeable. Films and stuff like that. I know it's in Spanish, but like I said, you can put the captions on and stuff like that. And he's always he's been on my shows quite a bit now on the Movie Canon this year. So definitely check out his content and subscribe. Go and give all those likes to all the videos, and then that way he can start doing some live streams and stuff like that.
Please do it. Like I wanted to make it in Spanish because like there's a lot of this content in English. And I wanted to bring the same thing to a Spanish-speaking audience because they wanted to. They wanted to. My other channel was in English, but
yeah, that's right. But again, thank you so much, Mr. Alex. Okay, so let me move this real quick here. Okay, guys. So I mentioned there's not many of you guys here, but there are a couple of you that are here. So. Let me go back here. Hold on a sec. Okay, so I'm gonna do one of them. I'll do one of the giveaways for the ones who were watching this whole time. So I'm gonna do the Anakin with the NABOO Starfighter, the NABOO Starfighter. So I'll do that giveaway. Like I said, there wasn't enough interest, I guess, in these, but for the ones that are watching live now, so I'll do the giveaway for you guys that are in the live chat now, since you did watch the show here and have been watching it. So again, this is for the Anakin Skywalker NABOO Starfighter. So we'll do that. So give me just a moment here while we get to that point there. And then when it comes to the other ones that I already mentioned, the like the Luke Dagobah as a theme and the Batman, I guess I'll have to see if there's still enough interest in that one for later. I might postpone those two and maybe I'll come back to those, or maybe I'll pick something else that's different, something that's maybe has more interest. I'm more excited to do there. So let me see. So I'll put all the names here. I'm just going to put in the names that I originally had, even though most of you are not here. But I'm going to do them very, very short. So let's see here. Hold on a moment for me. I'm going to do it for 15 seconds. Okay. Okay, so let me see if you guys can see that yet. Let me look in the live chats. We have April Love Cats Forever 90 says, hey everyone, hello there. Thank you so much for dropping by. I've never seen you in the live chat before, so welcome. Okay, so again, this is for the Anakin NABOO Starfighter Funko. So that's the only giveaway that I'll be doing tonight, or today, I should say. So we'll do that now, and we'll see who wins this one. I only put it for 15 seconds because, like I said, most of you guys are not actually here present. But let's see there. And then in the next one, I'm just going to eliminate most of them here. So we have a Tom. Can't even see it right there. Tom Ladon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. If you're here, let me know. I'll give you about 10 seconds, and then the next one I'm just going to eliminate, so whoever's here. So again, everyone who is here, say in the live chat that you are here. Just say that you're here, and then I'll add your name. So I know that I have Ben-Hur. I know he's been here the whole time, so I'll include you there. And let's see. So I'm just going to remove everyone. Just removing everyone here. So I have Ben-Hur in there. Let's see. Birdie Moon. Okay, Birdie Moon's here. So that's Robbie. So you're trying to get this this Funko now all of a sudden? Okay. All right, so we have that. Okay, so I'll include there. Birdie Moon. Okay. And then let's see. And then we have, what is it? That's the biggest YouTube handle ever. Says for April. Oh, then April loves. Okay, so I'm obviously not gonna put the whole thing there. April loves cats. I'll put that in there. April loves cats. Okay, got that. And then we have Mr. Kuso, right? Yeah, Mr. Kuso's here. Mr. Kuso. And then anyone else here? Okay, so it looks like that's it, guys. So those are the ones. So I'm gonna do the draw with only these people, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and move this real quick here. Going back. Okay. And again, this is for the Anakin NABOO Starfighter Funko. So I'm gonna go back over here. So it's just gonna be a few of you guys, since you guys were watching most of the time. Okay. So let me delete this and go back over here. Okay. All right, so let me look at the live chat one more time. Okay, it looks like we're all set there. Okay. Hold on a second. I'll do it for 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. Okay, so let me move this over here so I can share that one. Okay, I think you guys can see this, right? Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so it's just a few of you guys. So here we go. So let's start it right now. Okay, so we have Mr. Kuso, April Loves Cats, Birdie Moon, and Ben-Hur. So just a few of you there. So whoever wins this gets the Anakin. And then again, you have to have an address within the US. Just remember that. And let's see who wins. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5. Which am we behind now? Okay, so Mr. Kuso. Okay, Mr. Kuso. All right, so Mr. Kuso. Okay, so you won the Anakin NABOO Starfighter. So congratulations. Go ahead and message me. I know you won several times before, so that's yet another one. So there you go. So for the other pops that I had, I'll either postpone them or maybe cancel them or get something else. So I'll be giving those maybe later or maybe something else. And I'll probably do like more of a poll going on there. And I know there's that the Mr. Kuso saying let's go. So thank you so much, Mr. Kuso. Yet again, a winner. And I think most of your collection is now from the movie canon, if I'm not mistaken. But at least for the Funkos anyway. Okay, so I know there's that video game. Remember, Alex? So we played that. You played that game on Star Wars Day when you guys unlocked a video game giveaway. That Star Wars game, Outlaws, I think.
Oh yeah.
So that one's about to come out, and I haven't seen like much buzz on that game. Like I haven't really seen people talking about it. So it's like, do you guys even want that? Because I'm like, because that would be like a big giveaway, and I'm like, I don't see much people really interested in this game. So
yeah, not a lot of people are into it, and it looks kind of bad.
Yeah, so I did a poll on YouTube and on Instagram. I got more votes on the YouTube poll. So go ahead and vote if you haven't already. If you would still want that video game as a giveaway, that Outlaw Star Wars game as a giveaway, because I don't want to go through the whole process that people are not that really interested in, and I'm just wasting time with it. Because I'm not going to give away something when there's only like 2 or 3 people who are interested in it. So there you go. Ben Hur says my guy had bad knees. So there you go. So just go ahead and vote there on the YouTube one, because the Instagram one, that one's probably going to be gone. They're only there for a day. But the YouTube one is still there. So go to that community tab there. And I think that's it, guys. Actually, I thought the stream was going to be much longer, but actually wasn't. So it wasn't too long there. But again, people were in the live chat who were watching this the majority of the time. I do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. So again, I have future giveaways coming, hopefully ones that you guys want. And I do Figures Talk on Sunday nights, except tomorrow I'm not going to do a Figures Talk show. But next Saturday on August 17th, I'm having a Horror Talk episode when I'm going to do a non-spoiler review of Alien Romulus. And then we're going to have a couple of guests there. So tune in for that, 12:35 p.m. Pacific time. And I believe that's it. There's someone else in the chat here again. Enjoyed the stream as always, guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Kuso. You're always in the live chat, so really appreciate it there. Anything else you want to say before we leave there, Mr. Alex?
Just that it was fun being here as always. Thank you for having me.
Definitely, Mr. Alex Montano. Always glad to have you on here with all of your insight and knowledge. So thank you so much there. And that's it, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.